and welcome to Zero to Hero, episode 4. At the end of episode 3, I think I said I was going to be running 5-star on those few maps on World 1 that was still outstanding. And then I was going to craft a new set of gear ready for the start of this episode and walk you through that gear. And I had to abandon both ideas off camera. I'll give a brief reason why now. I think there's a separate new player video to talk about it in a bit more detail in the offing. So one of the problems I had was the character started leveling up quite quickly. I've hit level 35. But the runs for those maps were getting slower and slower and slower, and you can see my stats are decreasing even though I'm leveling up, and that's because the gear that I'm wearing is now completely obsolete, with the exception of these level 26 and level 28 items. These stats are relative to your level and the sort of enemies that you should be facing. So level 22 armor, very good against level 22 enemies, but a level 35 enemy is going to hit much harder. Therefore things like toughness and recovery drop. Same with weapons, very good against a level 22 enemy, but it doesn't do much against a level 35 enemy, so my damage decreases. So it's a way of reminding you that you need to keep on top of your gear and make sure it's good for the character level. So I'm going to recraft this gear and we shall meet back here and I'll show you what we've made. Okay, so having salvaged everything, I then ran out of gold and wasn't able to craft any trinkets. But this isn't going to be a problem. You can see that damage, toughness are in much better positions than they were prior to recrafting. The hat, I've gone with experience haste. I've had to keep the original necklace, so that's underpowered at the moment. The shoulders, experience and critical damage, I only went to craft sort of green shoulders, got an upgrade with critical damage on it, so took that. This chest piece I was crafting rare quality but got an upgrade to epic, so experience haste, dodge rating, not something that I would normally put on, but it's on there, so we'll take it. Gold, because it was so tight, resulted in me just adding experience to the cape. Gloves, experience and critical rating. I was only crafting green gloves at the time, but got an upgrade, so critical rating it is as a added stat. Bracer, again due to gold limitations, I just went with vitality. The belt, I was planning in crafting a rare and an epic came out, so I put on vitality and life on hit, and then it added life regen as a bonus stat. The pants, I was going with experience and movement speed. It upgraded to epic and I got extra gold on there as well as a bonus. Same with boots, experience and movement speed were the stats that I were putting on, and I got dodge rating as a bonus added as part of the upgrade. The ring and the 2 rings are as they were, so they still need to be upgraded once we've got a bit more gold. The sword, experience haste, and the tome is experience and critical rating. I was crafting green at the time because that was all that was unlocked for the tome, but it upgraded to rare and gave me critical rating, so that's why I've got that value. I mentioned an awful lot of other things happened through 5-starring those maps, so we've got more gems coming in, so destroy 75 enemies within 24 seconds, so gems for that. I've got 100 within 24 as well. So next up is 125 in 24 seconds. We'll be able to do that eventually. So this combo thing, another 15 gems. So that's those collected. I won't bother with mail at the moment. I've also gained some season levels. How many? 5 and 6. So we'll collect those. Let's see what we got from the mail. So 2 gemstone selections, a bit more glory. That's nice. We're nearly at the target. Season level 9. We'll have 20 glory. 2 expert crafters crates. That'll be nice. Large treasure, gemstone, experience booster, and because I hit level 30 as well, so the arena is unlocked. I still don't plan in going into that just yet. I think once we get to 70 we might take a look with this character. I don't know yet, but for winning 1 game in the arena, get 50 gems for that. So that's where we are with those. So let's open these just to get some room. I'll open this. It might be a better cape than the green that I crafted. Life on hit, armor, haste. Do I want to give up the experience? We'll use this one. That's better. That was lucky. I doubt they're going to be better. No. That belt, no. So I shall salvage those. Get some much needed air. I was running out of air and fire, and whilst I have a lot of larger essences that I could break down, that costs a lot of gold. I don't have a lot of gold, so I couldn't do that. So we'll put the experience booster in the stash. Open these. That's nice. I'll open these separately just because it's probably going to fill up the stash of the inventory otherwise. Want to open that one. Nice amount of rubies. So those gemstone packs are coming in handy and getting us some higher tier gemstones. I've got trillion rubies, 3 of them socketed, and a trillion emerald for vitality, so quite a bit of power being added in. What are they? 40 power each, 120 power and 40 vitality just from those. Another thing that unlocked, because we completed World 1 and then overnight daily resets occurred, and for completing story on World 1 we've got our first daily quest that we can run each day. So we'll collect this, Cleanser Ponds, which is kill 50 Murlocs. That's going to require running Marcus's village twice. I had changed my build. I'm going to stick with this for now. I've put Frostbeam in because as the character was getting weaker relative to the enemies that it was fighting, Frostbeam, even without a Frostfire sash, is really quite strong. So Marcus's village, because we need to kill 50 Murlocs, I technically could do it in one run, but that's very slow. Quack here has a single quest that you can run every day as well for 1 gem and a small amount of experience. By collecting these, actually I don't need to stop and collect them, we'll turn it in on the second run. So those will all fly to me at the end of the level. So there is a way of doing this in a single run, which is to, when we go down here, there's a summoner, and technically you can kite around and just hit the smaller ones without killing the summoner, and he will keep spawning smaller ones for you to kill. But that gets tedious and takes too long, so let's just finish them off. And there's 2 more groups that will spawn out of nowhere. We can kill those, but we will need to rerun this in order to get 50 murlocs. So we shall run through to the end. Nice seeing Blizzard doing things again. Maybe I'll frostbeam this last group, so we'll vortex them together and frostbeam them down, just to make it go a bit quicker. It's very useful running the daily quests, so I've got 31 on that run. They're really worth running because 20 gems, and then depending on your level there's a decent amount of gold and experience, so I can turn in Quack's quest because we collected everything we needed to last time out, and we just need to kill frogs. I normally kick that barrel on the way through just for a few extra gold. Definitely not something you need to do. I tried to run as close to that as possible without spawning those extra skeletons, but it didn't work that time. So we won't need to go round to that chest and do all of those down there. So frostbeam even on its own like that is really powerful. Oh, got an essence out of, not an essence, a spirit. So having completed that one, we can turn it in. Going to get 20 gems, 2,500 gold, 50,000 experience, so that's good. That's going to have given us a level, isn't it, when it gets added on? Yep. So I think what we'll do to finish off this episode is carry on with story. Yeah, we're slightly over leveled for these, so we'll see how far we get in the remaining time today. If I spot anything that needs calling out, like quests need doing in a certain order, I'll try and remember that. And this is one that requires you to do things in a certain order. So there's the storage tanks, and if you run to the end of the level without inspecting all 3 of them, then it won't let you turn the quest in, even if you run back and try and click on one. It needs you to, the only way that you can complete the quest is to rerun the level entirely again, which which is slightly annoying. So there should be one just coming out. I can see the blue dot on the mini map, so it's up on the right very soon. And the last one's up here. Let's see if we can round everything up into a single frost beam. Yeah, it rips through them. We like this. So find the exit from the gardens, which is basically down there. And I think this quest ends, or you get down here and it tells you to kill the bone dragons to continue. And that's actually the end of the next quest that follows, so... These might take a bit of beaming to get rid of. Nice of them just to run around like lunatics rather than come all the way up. So I've got Blizzard and Frost Nova, Frost Beam on different buttons than I would normally have, so I keep pressing the wrong one. Oh no, it did complete correctly. So Stairway to Heaven is complete. 6,000 gold, 10,000 experience. We'll complete that. That is actually an upgrade, even though we've got vitality and ability rate. The fact that it's a level 33 over a level 22. Oh no. What am I doing? Duh. It's a trinket, not a necklace. What can we socket that with? Power or ability rate? Let's go with power. We don't have any problem with ability rate. So I will sell the grey item. I will salvage the green because we don't have a lot of inventory space. And then let's see what quests we have. So there's going to be 2. Through the jungle. And the Gorillion brothers. Oh, we get the strongest weapon in game. I might be lying about the strongest weapon in game. It might be the worst. We shall see. That really does hurt my eyes, that level up. Let's beam them. They seem to have quite a bit of toughness. We'll talk to Marty. And then continue on down the road. Actually, I'm not going to be able to beam them all. So not too much further to head on down. Is this insane to gather up this many? We shall see. Oh, I don't have a vortex. That's alright, they'll just walk into the path of that. Definitely faster than dealing with them all individually. So let's gather up everyone again now that I do have a vortex. And Teddy, give me your mighty basher. Ooh. Teddy's mighty basher. Let's not equip that. Let's try beaming through them. Definitely not a build that I would normally have considered using, but that frost beam, even as a basic frost beam, is really strong. So don't get to turn that in here because it completed during the story when we got to the mighty basher. Ideally I should have just gone and stuck or salvaged materials, but you don't get a lot from this map, so we should be fine. It's just a straight ambush. Definitely the advantage of running high toughness. I can stand in the middle of this lot and just drop blizzard on them. Let's vortex them and beam to finish this. There we are. So we can turn in that quest. Have we got any trinkets? Yes, so I don't care what it is. That will do nicely. I'm going to put that there. I'm going to, for now, save the bottles, potions, whatever. These books confuse new people. They are literally books of lore, giving you some background for the story. They have absolutely no other use in the game. You can either keep hold of one of each so that they don't ever drop on you again, or you can do what I do and sell them for the tiny amount of gold that you get. I think people end up with a big collection of them wondering, do I need to keep that or not? And the answer is no, you can safely get rid of it. So I think we'll get a few more story maps done. Just River of Blood. I was just waiting to see if someone else had a quest. I'm wondering if we're going to have... No, we're not going to have time in this episode to finish this world. So that will come up in the next episode, and then we should hopefully unlock a second daily. I found on this map as well these data logs. You need to collect them as you go along. If you get to the end of the map and then let them fly to you, it doesn't recognise that you've done things in the right order, and you have to run the map again, get to the end. So I'm going to make sure I pick them up as I go along, so I don't have to run the map again. This is a problem with Mage on some maps. Little things that stick up and you can't hit things. At least with warriors you're in their face and definitely killing them, and bounty hunters, bullets ricochet all over the place. Mage, you end up standing there just hitting nothing. A blade of grass got in the way. Which makes some maps really annoying. I'm only going for this chest because it's going to give us a little bit of gold, and we are light on that. And I'm wondering if my crafting strategy is going to be the right way of doing this. 4 more data logs, and then I can rush to the end. Most of them are sitting up here, so let's just blast them to death. Might as well get the chest while we're up here, and run to the end, kill everything and get out. With a bit of kiting. I'm trying to wait for Vortex. It didn't look so fast as a charger, did it? Wandering exceedingly slowly. So we'll turn in River of Blood, complete that. We shall get Dreams and Nightmares, level 39. Let's stash any gemstones. Just have a look at that extra golden experience. Damage 111 129. Yes, it's got critical damage, but we got low critical rating. It's one of those, not sure. If I salvage it, that makes my mind up much more easily, doesn't it? There we go. So River of Dreams. So this takes place over these, I think it takes place all the way up to here actually. We'll run this one, and I think that will run out of time for today, and we'll finish off next time. Although technically speaking I am trying to record 2 episodes an evening, so when I say next time I'll be recording immediately after finishing this one, which means that I can remember more or less where we were leaving off without having to watch back the last video. So this map does have 2 routes through to where we're going. I could have come down here and worked my way all the way along on quite a long route. I find this route that I've taken is a bit shorter. Whether that's the best approach when you're levelling up and you're trying to get experience, I'm acutely aware that I probably don't want to level up too quickly at the moment with the gold situation. But that might become better once we've got 2 daily quests giving us some gold coming in. Again, I could go running up there and there's a chest and then come back down on that, but I think we'll just complete the level so we can get today's video finished. Let's frost beam them down. Okay, they do a bit of damage. And we are safely through. So we shall get into town. We'll take a look at where we are at the end of this episode, and I'll turn this in. Oh, it's a new quest. I won't collect that yet, we'll collect that next time out. So let's turn into our stash that. Let's take that. That's much better. Again, we've seen that capes, grey capes, don't give any materials. And we'll salvage these. So, position for the end of this episode, we're up to level 39. Ideally, I need to replace these rings. I've got a bit of gold there, but I could replace them just with single stat. Actually, we'll do that in the next episode. Gold is low, gems are good, so by the time we come to play a new beginning, we'll be able to get a fully unlocked character because we have enough gems to do that now. So this character, 3 more hours for Arc Lightning to get up to level 7, and then I can throw that in instead of Fireball. I might have to have a think about upgrading these skills then. So character is progressing along nicely. We're more than halfway to level 70. I want to get story completed. Probably take a look at Trial 3 as well at the start of next episode. And we'll work through some story and trials and just carry on levelling up. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again in episode 5.